The life force of your bond. A power like life itself. Unseen for generations. A dyad in the force.
Hello everyone! Happy Halloween. Welcome to DYAD in the Force, Skeleton Edition. Episode 242. How's it going, Choco? You look confused as shit.
I was following you until you said Skeleton Edition. I was like, what is that?
I don't exactly know.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you're rocking the new glasses.
Yeah. For now. But these are the ones where it's like, right? What I like about these, and no, hashtag not sponsored. What I like about these is that at some point, when I need to,
Hey.
you know, sometimes I don't want to be wearing
It turns into
sunglasses
Men in
all
Black.
the time.
No, it's true. It's true.
Hold on. How does this look? How's it going, guys?
Well, also since it's like double lensing it means that you get sunglasses that still have your prescription on it. You know what I mean? You don't have to choose.
Yes. Prescriptions underneath and then polarized on top. This one is just a frame. I thought it was a little bit more understated, but it's holographic, so I'm kind of like, hey, I'm in the festivities with Halloween.
It's probably stands out less when you're not staring into a light, you know?
It's true. But it's okay, you know. I mean, I think I pull it off, and I'm more inclined to just not care these days.
That's true.
I'm sporting the lightsabers.
Okay, yeah, now I can see it. For a second, I thought you were sporting the hyperspace ones, because I could just see lines. But for everyone in the chat, our good friend Nemo asked a question of what is the scariest moment in Star Wars, and they added, "Why is it Minox?" But for anyone else, yeah, what's your scariest moment in Star Wars?
You know, that's a thinker. Shout out to Amber in the chat.
Amber is awesome. Ow!
That's the scariest thing in Star Wars.
God damn it! You're cute. It just hurts. It hurts so bad.
Shout out to Cal4 in the chat with the milestone day. Let me put this down a little bit further because it's being blocked by our streamer decoration. There you go. Dang, it's blocking me now. Hold on. Let's just...
But milestone day. And so, Cal, what is your butt milestone?
Shout out to Cal, our special correspondent to the stars. Amber says those are cool. Yeah, I mean that's why I wanted to get them in the first place, because I was in the market for new glasses. These old ones are like scratched to hell, so like no matter how much I clean it, I get like artifacts, and you know, just my vision is affected. So with the new glasses, it's clear again. But then I found this company called Pear Eyewear, where they just had Star Wars frames on top of them. So I got this lightsaber one, and when I want to be a little bit less, if I want to be a little bit more inconspicuous, then I can take them off and I just have regular frames. Mm-hmm. But in keeping with the holiday theme, I'm gonna wear them anyway and have some glimmery glasses on today. Let's see. Master James Kenobi
And
says,
in keeping with the holiday theme, I'm doing nothing because I don't care.
you have a pumpkin shirt on. That's what I'm imagining.
Sure. Red pumpkins. It's similar to Red Harvest, which is what Greg is talking about in the chat. You like that segue? I knew what I was doing.
Master James Kenobi says, Merry Christmas. It's 1/11/25 here. What? What? I am confused.
1/11/25. That means that it is November 1st where he's at.
Is it? Or is it January 11?
He's from UK, right? Or Australia?
Yes, they do format the dates that way in the reverse world.
I mean, let's be honest. We are in the upside down, okay? This is...
Let's see. We have 100% choosing treat in the trick or treat poll. While we think about the things that scare us,
I choose Tricker.
Tricker? We do day, month, year. So that would be... Okay, yeah, November 1st, 25.
No, I still disagree with doing day first. I still think it's dumb, but I get the concept of it, but whatever.
I'm actually more inclined to agree with it because the year is the only thing that doesn't reset. Right? So having...
But that's why I dislike it.
Oh,
Because
wait.
It's what the thing that stays constant the longest.
No,
So-
I'm talking... no, okay, so I had that confused. I agree with the Asian countries who do it like this. I wrote it in the chat.
Oh, okay. It didn't show up on here. I was like, I was just looking on bated breath. Like,
It's year, day, month?
that feels like the worst way to do it.
I mean,
Overall,
it's the way they do it for metadata purposes.
So that makes sense. That's what I do for like in filing data, you know what I mean? But okay, hear me out. Yes, a day represents the shortest amount of time, and that's why for them it makes more sense of like smaller, bigger, biggest. I get it. But the number range isn't like that. So the number range is 1 to 12 for a month, making it the smallest. So, and also for abbreviation purposes, for informational purposes, month is more important than day.
True, but for sorting purposes... for sorting purposes...
For sorting purposes,
to sort it
the
by
worst way.
No, this isn't the worst way. Because if you want to sort or display with the most recent on top, then you're going to go with the year first.
No. So in the Asian way, that makes more sense. What I'm saying is that for sorting, the European way is by far the worst, because then you'll have all the firsts of each month next to each other, all the seconds, all the 28s, and then all the 29th except for February. Like, I don't know.
Sort all of the porpoises, says Nemo. Lord Goop says happy birthday to someone. Is this someone's birthday? Oh, it's officially Illy's birthday as of 7 minutes ago. Happy birthday, Illy.
Illy, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't want to share with the class, that is perfectly understandable.
I think they said like last week or something. I don't know. I think they're
but
early
it'll be a different early
20s. Early 20s.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy birthday. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is just a chill day for Halloween. Of course, we are going to speak a little bit about Visions. We're going to gauge in the chat how many... Actually, leave it in the chat now. How many people watched Visions, and if you haven't finished it, how far have you gotten?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just going to play the movie game all episode.
Also... mostly because of my fault.
I'm too embarrassed to say my age. I'm a baby compared to the rest of the community. No, you aren't. Because we have a good friend of the channel, Connor, who I believe still hasn't breached the 20s. We've got, we run the gamut when it comes to age range in this community.
All right, then. Now you're going to be nice to me? Okay.
Lord Goob hasn't seen it. Okay, well, we can keep things ambiguous. We don't have to talk about the details.
We're also not talking about it yet. See, it shows up on the side what we're talking about. We're in the intro, then we got the mixer. We ain't there yet. But that's there, so you'll know when you can skip to it, when you can come back.
Let's go into the mixer right now. I have been enjoying Duet Night Abyss because that game is good and fun and is anti-predatory practice. If you guys in the chat are familiar with gacha games, they wall a lot of your gameplay progression and your character progression behind gacha systems that, it's really difficult to play the game without spending lots of money. And Duet Night Abyss has removed all of that and has made everything completely obtainable for free, and the gacha system is for cosmetics. But even with the cosmetics in the gacha system, you can buy the cosmetics too. So, we need to support games like this. Yeah. Make sure this practice is normalized.
But I have a good feeling that it will be, because and I know I've said this before, but it's Warframe. I was curious how they would do this without the gacha mechanics, but Warframe's been out since 2014. And has actually been super successful, and it looks like they are just moving over all of those practices. And now that doesn't guarantee success, but people have been loving Warframe this whole time because it wasn't predatory, because you could actually grind out anything that you wanted to, because you can farm till your heart's content, because all the other good stuff. But it has always maintained a healthy player base, and has never had the same ups and downs that we've had in other communities like in Destiny. And so they basically took a lot of the concepts and modernized them, made them better. And so I have high hopes that this game is going to be sitting pretty for a long time to come.
Yeah. And the biggest thing for me, because I've played Warframe in the past and have struggled to get into it. The biggest thing for me is, while it shares the concepts, it is essentially a game that I love, which is Genshin Impact, without the predatory practices. So that's something I can get into. Quote unquote, the waifus, the hero collectors.
Yeah.
The hack and slash. That's just super, super fun. You know, we're forming our teams now, and it's just it's such a blast to find like the more optimal setups and builds for your heroes. And I can't wait until you start your journey with as some YouTubers are calling her, Sybil.
I heard someone say that. I didn't know more people were saying it. Yeah. And so Illy said you tried Warframe when it first came out and hated it. But that's what I mean, is this game is takes a lot of the positive concepts from it, right? The movement tech, the ADS gliding, the the whole demon charge thing, and having some that'll change your moveset and all this stuff, like meat and bones. But it puts it into now where you have these really cool open zones that you can roam around in, and it has a compelling story and great protagonists and stuff like that. And it basically took the base concepts and, like I said, modernized them. So because the on ramp for Warframe is god awful. Like if you try it and you're just like, I have no idea what any of this is, which is how I am with a lot of gacha games, but it's a lot better than that.
Yeah, I think for the most part, once you get the systems down and do at night, you're good to go. Like I think for me and Cal right now, like we've got down how to unlock characters, how to unlock weapons, how to forge them, how to ascend, how to level up. Like the character progression is, we're locked in. We just need to add you to the team.
Oh yeah, no, I'm ready. I've just been having to sleep a lot. Work has been again. We got Deus de la Muerte tomorrow, and so there's going to be some other stuff. I had to go into work today as well. I was sleeping until we started just now, which felt nice. But yeah. Ellie just finished Dragon Prince. How did you feel? Oh yeah, you're glad they're.
I still have to watch it, so this is not making sense to me.
But Ellie, it was I right that it is like it's aimed at like the same type of audience that the original Last Airbender would be aimed at. But it still hits on a lot of depth and a lot of emotional stuff and a lot of and it's woke as hell.
What's the urgency rating you'd give it for me to watch?
I mean, low urgency. It's not going anywhere, but it is great. Like it's just a world that is nice to live in. You're gonna love the main girl. She's an elf assassin with a Irish accent, and she's cool.
What parts of that?
You end up running into, like, there's this, like Cal's gonna specifically love this kind of Dami mommy
okay, I understand
girl
that.
who's deaf, and so she just signs, and she has this fat shield that she just like beats people with. It's pretty cool.
But now I need to know which part of what you described will be the part that I love. because you're like you're gonna love this character.
Just her overall, for sure. Also, she ends up with like an Aztec fire style elf person, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Because I know I fell in love with Seven last night. It was as simple as that, but you know, there's some extra things to her as well, from Visions. But we'll see. I mean, I suppose I could watch it, you know, on my downtime when I'm out doing the dashers.
Yeah, it would actually be an easy downtime watch, because I mean, it is something, you know, that you are intended to watch in English, so you would also have that ease of multitask as well.
Well, no, I mean, that doesn't really matter. What I mean by downtime is waiting for orders, so I don't watch things while I'm driving.
I would hope so, but you know, you never know.
Yeah, I'm just like when I go into a parking lot and there's like an extended amount of like, you know, like maybe 20 or 30 minutes of it being slow, I'll put on something to watch. And sometimes I'll be waiting for orders. So there's a lot of opportunities to watch things on the down when it comes to what I do now. Lord Goob says, I'm going to wait for the Dragon King before I get back into it. Can't finish another show and wait for more. Wednesday already did that and it still hurts.
That's why I'm waiting to start the last arc of of One Piece, because I can't watch week to week for the next like 3 years.
It's you're going to start it soon. Because they're at the tail end of Egghead and they're gonna go to Giant Island. So
okay,
I think within the next couple of weeks, you'll be able to start the arc. But speaking of Wednesday, they have actually been doing a lot of that lately, where they drop the final season, but it's like part 1, or they'll drop part 1 of a season. I think they did that with Stranger Things. They did that with Wednesday. I caught up with Wednesday and I was like, oh, the rest of this season's not out yet.
I mean, it's feels like just a predatory like streaming tactic of like,
yeah.
Oh, well, we know you're gonna watch this show, so how long do we give trials for? 1 month? Okay, the next one comes out in 5 weeks. Yeah, and you're like, come on, man, you ain't gotta be like that.
That's a large part of how Netflix was at a loss at some point, like early in its thing, because they'd always dropped everything, you know. But now it has so much content, and it's starting to drop things week to week. A lot of K-dramas are week to week. I'm watching Physical Asia right now. If you've ever watched Physical 100 on Netflix, they have Physical Asia, and Manny Pacquiao is in it, representing the Philippines. But
I mean, he's gonna win then, right?
I don't know about that. He old.
That is true.
He's not in his prime. You know, there are like other very, very gifted athletes from all across. They're doing the Australasia. So Australia is part of there too. And they got some heavy hitters. What is it called? Australasia? I don't know. I kind of like it. It gets the fandom together, theorizing and just talking about what they are looking forward to. No, I mean, I agree. I like week to week drops because it gives us time to process an episode, and it gives us time to talk about that episode week to week, where as opposed to a huge binge drop, and we don't really like when we come to for example, an episode of Dyad, we don't know how far people have gotten in that show. You know, just like Visions right now, we don't know how far people have gotten. We don't know if you guys have even started Visions. So there's that kind of disconnect. But sometimes I just want all the episodes. And it's a weird, it's a conundrum, you know?
Well, I mean, there's also the other side of it. It just depends on how good your community's fan base is. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I was planning to get a lot heavier into modern Star Trek, because I feel like watching stuff as it's coming out with them would be super fun. But with certain things, there's so much noise that just doesn't need to be there, that is just detracting from the conversation. That doesn't happen when you can drop something all at once. But there's also things like, I think back to, you know, Daredevil and all of those shows on Netflix that were all just dropping. And it was great because in those shows, there are some very slow episodes. And they're not filler, right? They give you deep character studies. And I don't feel like modern audiences could handle if that's all they got for 1 week is that bottle episode that gave you someone's entire backstory and made you fall in love with them, you know?
They're all killer. Sorry,
so I don't know. Let's can you toss up a poll on? I'm curious where the community falls on week to week lump sum or a mixture.
Sure. Let's end this poll. We've got 80% treat, 20% trick. All right, binge or singe. What is the term?
Sip or chug.
Oh, drip or no? I like
now. Drip Vietnamese coffee.
I start my day with Vietnamese coffee.
I just found out that the business center Costco down here actually has the bottled Lee's one from Lee's sandwich shops.
That's where I get it. I get Lee's original, and depending on what they have, either a ham and cheese croissant or a pork pâté chaud.
Yeah, no, I grew up on Lee's. I mean, I was right next to Westminster.
You grew up on Lee's?
What the hell did you just say?
Lee!
I legit got hooked on their avocado smoothies for a hot minute. Because, like, you're drinking it and you're like, it's delicious, but I can't tell. It feels wrong, but it tastes so right.
I just love their
smoothies.
I love their pâté chauds. I love their croissant sandwiches. Like, they do croissant sandwiches correct. You know? Let's see. Jupiter's Legacy had tons. Wow, that's a UK word for sure. Of mystery and big reveals, etc. that should have had people talking like crazy on X, Facebook, theorizing together, reacting together, but it didn't happen. Jupiter's Legacy,
though, I think that was more of a marketing failure. Because I didn't even know. I was pretty plugged in to that. That was part of the Maya universe, right?
That's part of the Jupiter Ascending universe?
No.
Jesus. See, that's how bad the marketing is. I have no idea.
No, so Mark Miller is a comic book maker who. Oh, that's the other thing. Is I'm pretty sure he got caught doing some weird stuff, and people.
Why is everyone getting? Gosh.
Listen, it's not. It's I don't know. I don't find it difficult to just not.
Yeah.
Do that stuff, but I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, I'm just kind of alluding to like all of the streamer drama happening right now. Like, I get it, like streaming and like Twitch and all of that stuff has made public figures out of people that are typically just playing games at their desk and they have zero PR and media training. But like, at some point, like, we start to think, is it a requirement to be a sociopath to stream nowadays? Now, obviously, me and Choco are the exception because, and I hate to speak in such a exceptionalism tone, but I know Choco personally. We've hung out, and we've, stayed in the same hotel room. We've had an event called DYAD Con with like 50 plus people. Everyone we know mutually as content creators and just in general as friends are extremely normal people. So when I hear about streamer drama, it is so frustrating and it makes me wonder why.
I mean, my theory is the exact opposite of what you said. It's not that you have to be like a psychopath to do this stuff and to make content. It's that it helps. You know what I mean? Like, I feel if you were to, and I'm pretty sure that I've heard a study quoted on this. I know I need to find the quote myself, but because I don't know, I felt like the source was somewhat dubious. The person that mentioned it, but I believe it is that there's certain things, certain job, like CEOs, for one thing. There's a high likelihood of that mentality because, again, that truly allows you to look at humans as numbers and not care what happens to them when you're making these decisions. And so, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's easier for those people to rise to the top of certain things when you don't have to worry about small niceties like humanity.
You don't have to think about being decent. Element, why bring Obi-Wan Kenobi into the marketing discussion since he is Space Jesus? Did I bring Obi-Wan into this? Illy says Star Trek Strange New Worlds is slowly becoming my favorite Star Trek show. It's funny that that's the subtitle of that show, because their number one directive, their prime directive, is to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilization. That's my Patrick Stewart. It's horrible, but it's there.
I did not put that together.
Streamer drama, says Illy. Yeah, I mean, like, over the past 2 weeks, a popular streamer was assaulted during TwitchCon, and then following that, they exposed abuse, with another streamer, and so there's a lot of drama in that sphere.
There's also just certain demographics that, and this is not to intentionally be gendered, but there's like some young single men that are into certain things where bad stuff will pop up. I was a big Smash Brothers player, and a few years ago, the whole community exploded because it turns out that they were disgusting.
Yeah. And that's the thing with internet culture nowadays, right? You make stars out of people that wouldn't typically be stars.
Yeah, like you're good at a video game, and so people like you because you're good at the video game. Doesn't mean you're good at life. Look at Asmongold. He's got like roaches growing out of his eyebrows and stuff.
Yes, Element said Jesus, the marketing situation, and Obi-Wan Kenobi Space Jesus. Yeah, but I have to invoke the actual term Space Jesus. You know, because Obi-Wan doesn't take the place of every Jesus. He doesn't take the place of every Jesus. I do believe in a historical Jesus that lived in that time, except my kind of outlook on that historical Jesus was he was a snake oil salesman. and that grift took off.
My space Jesus is Iman Esfandi, but you know,
He certainly inhabits some of that. Who's your space Judas?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, it's got to be what's his face? You know the dude. He gives Basilisk a bad name.
Dex?
Punk.
Oh, Ponkrell.
Ponkrell is Space Judas.
For some reason,
Judas, no.
For some reason, all I heard was Basilisk, and I was like, Dexter?
We did get a pretty cool Basilisk in Visions. This is not a spoiler, but all they did is just grunt into the mic a lot.
Well, they had some lines. They had some lines, for sure.
Lord says, "Oh, don't worry. The guy was banned for 30 days from streaming," and then says obvious sarcasm. But that's true, though. That was the original punishment for harassing Emru in person.
Yeah.
And then they had to convince them to actually ban him.
Like, am I going crazy, or is that not an arrestable offense?
Yeah. You can't just try to kiss random people. I you know.
And then leave.
Whatever.
And then walk off. All right, my bad. Walk off like that. That was the biggest thing that I took away from that whole situation was like, bro, like, take him into custody. Call the police. Let's see. Choco saying Esmond Gold has roaches growing out of his eyebrows is extremely offensive to roaches everywhere.
That's true. They deserve more respect.
And they can survive a nuclear. Oh my God. I'm gonna.
Is that a new streamer? Hi, I'm Anna Nuclear.
Oh man, don't remind me of. Isn't that Star Wars girl's name Anna?
I don't know.
I hate to name
the less
drop.
I know about her, the better.
I hate to name drop that name, but yeah.
Now, something I asked way earlier, but I just didn't follow up on, was your guys' favorite scary things in Star Wars. I know someone had mentioned Red Harvest. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Red Harvest, that is... so the author actually wrote the book Space Zombies, Space Troopers, Death Troopers. It was called Death Troopers. Which was a spooky book. I wasn't a super big fan of it, but if you want an adventure of Han Solo running from Imperial zombies on a derelict ship, it's your book. Check it out. And then he wrote a prequel to that called Red Harvest that is kind of the origins of that virus, the Blackwing virus. So yeah, that's definitely something that's there. Someone else had mentioned the Clone Wars episode where the worms were infecting the clone troopers' brains and they became zombies. And, Ahsoka and Barriss had to lower the temperature, and then Barriss got taken too. Which, by the way, at the end of that episode, Anakin explains to Ahsoka about attachments, meaning he actually knows. Y'all can't be like, well, just no one ever taught him. Like, why is that? Why do people say that? Anyways, I
Because they're always trying to apologize for him.
I've just never been a super big zombie fan, and so I never loved those episodes. But if you did, that's all up to you.
I think my favorite scary thing from Star Wars is Ewoks at night with no lights on.
Ewok Hunt was a hell of a game mode. When that first launched on Battlefront 2, I was in a constant state of pooping my pants.
Could you imagine, though? Like in real life? Let's say you know nothing about Star Wars. And you're in the forest alone. And you just hear some skittering in the bush. And you're just like... and all you see is glowing eyes. You're like... like, what the? Huh?
What?
I'm trying to camp. Who's out there?
It's a terrifying game mode because, like, all of these positive sound effects that I had associated with Return of the Jedi became the harbingers of my death. So the triumphant,
Oh man,
that was not about my triumph in that moment.
I'd imagine that's like it has a different kind of sound when in that context.
When you're on the opposite side,
Yeah.
like a hero shooter where Ultimates is a different line.
If you're
depending on what team.
if you're on the rebel side and you're all fighting the Empire together, it's but like when you're on the Empire and then they're hunting you, it's like or something. You're like, no.
That same Ewok now has a plunger on the hand going.
Or no, they just have those horns. Choco has been lost to the forest, says Gage FD. Huh?
No.
Illy says Ewok Hunt is the bomb. I haven't heard that in 20 years. I think I literally screamed at one point. To be fair, I was quite little. I want an entire game of that, please. I would play that game. Honestly, Star Wars needs a spoopy game. And I think it can work. What would be if they did an Alien Isolation type of game where you're being hunted and you need to kind of make your way through the starship? Or the cruiser. You have to make your way to like the escape pod or something. Okay, in Alien Isolation, you have the looming threat of the xenomorph that can always pop out and chase you down. So what is the Star Wars Alien Isolation?
I mean, that was my original pitch, right? You're stuck on a space station. You were able to clip something that clipped Vader's ship, and you both ended up stranded on a space station. And you are both trying to repair your ships to get out of there, except he kills you if he finds you. And so you have to run around, get stuff, disassemble stuff here and there, and bring it back to your team, and then put your ship together and fly out of there before he rebuilds his ship and also comes out at you out there too.
I like the concept, but I think it doesn't fit that you'd be able to hide from Vader. You know what I mean? I'm not like I think the only way that happens is he just gets tired of chasing you and he just walks off and he's like, until next time, you know.
But he's got these robot legs. He doesn't get tired. Okay.
We could also do like an ASIM where it's just like all of the scariest monsters, and then you have to repair all of like the things in the cruiser to activate the escape pods or activate emergency systems. And the Nameless, like Elise says, could be one of them as well. The Nameless would be a good one. Like, you're a Jedi on the Ataraxia, and it's, like, marooned. And there is a Nameless chasing you. And just like with Alien Isolation, you pull out your radar and you can see it like coming at you. In this case, you just like you press like V on your keyboard or R2 or R trigger, and you put out your hand to sense the Force, and you can see all of like the stuff that the Shrikarai summon to Force users. All of their fears and stuff, and it starts to get more and more lucid the closer it gets.
Yeah, I mean, rather than have that be like a button that gets pushed, you'd want that to just happen. Like you're walking, and then all of a sudden, stuff starts getting weird and wiggly, and like you're like, oh, it's closer. It's getting worse. That means I'm getting closer to it.
Well, no, yeah, that would happen automatically the closer it gets to you. But I'm saying, like, with the mechanic of Alien Isolation being able to actively search for it, you would also be able to actively try to sense it, and then you'd be like, ugh, and then, like...
Yeah. Okay, I got it. You remember in Crash Bandicoot, they had the levels where you were running towards the camera while something was chasing you? It's that, but it's Bib Fortuna, and he's trying to kiss you. And but he needs to brush his teeth or something. Like he's just wrong. There's all kinds of stuff wrong with it.
That gives me an idea. Also, I think Phasmophobia adds Bib Fortuna as a ghost type.
Yeah, I'd
Can you imagine the ghost events? They want a wanga. Then when you get killed, instead of this, it's like the Leku. It just wraps you. Drenger 2. Exactly. You guys are on board. You guys are on point. And on board. Could do it like your ship crashes on Dathomir. That too. What were the things on Dathomir?
The witches.
No, well, yes, there's witches and there's zombies, but there's a big like. It's not.
And then you
it's
get
not
in
a
the water
rectangle.
to get away, and then the dwellers down there, and then there's also Rancor, and then also from Jedi Survivor, there's like the skinny Rancors that are like real fast. You're like, what?
Yeah. Nidak. Malik's on point. The Nidak. The first time you go to Dathomir in Jedi Fallen Order, like they're the big dudes that you fight.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, Craig. So Craig says Element said nobody could hide from Vader. Yoda hiding on Dagobah for 20 plus years be like, joke to you, am I? No. Yoda hid on Dagobah.
Concept. That's a different planet.
Yoda hid on Dagobah on purpose because it is a nexus in the dark side. So it was able to snuff out the light. The same thing doesn't work for Luke, but Vader doesn't know Luke exists. You know? How do you search for something you don't know exists? But ever since, you know, he could sense Obi-Wan. I sense a presence I've not felt since.
Not only did he sense Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan turned the corner and Vader was standing there with his lightsaber out. Like, oh. And yeah, Vader knew Luke existed by the time he arrived on Dagobah. But people, in Star Wars, you sense people based off of how much time you've spent with them. It's like recognizing their essence through the Force. And if you haven't spent time with them, like it's not just like an ID tag that you just know everyone.
Yeah. Illy with her Kiarimundi. What about the Jengar attack on the Wookiees? Wookiees can handle it. They've got their Roshir trees.
And also, I feel like the Wookiees would have no compunction about, like, it wouldn't be bad for them to use their claws. Just like they don't use claws on living beings, but, like, they use them on trees.
Yeah, but their Roshir trees are light-sided. They're light-side trees.
Oh, no, I know. I just mean that Wookiees consider it like an honor thing to not use their claws to harm people.
That's actually a fun concept to think about. How would the Drengir proliferate on Kashyyyk, where the literal roots and the trees are light-sided in nature?
I think it would. I think it might purify their corruption.
So they arrive on Kashyyyk, and the Drengir's like, hunger. And they dig into the roots, and they're like, oh, I'm so happy. This is.
I literally think that's what's going to happen.
I don't want to murder anymore. I'm sated. Sorry, no. The Drengir is Nicolas Cage. I'm full. I no longer hunger. And then there's like a Wookiee. His name is Wookieanu. Wookieanu Reeves. He's like, it was a mistake for you to come here because these trees are light-sided. And the, and the Drengir's like, touche. Oh, the sip chug poll is sitting at 50-50. Look at that.
Damn.
At 10 votes, 5-5. Interesting. It looks like we might be the tiebreaker here. So, I'll say...
No, I already voted.
Oh, I did not vote. Because I can't. All I can do is end the poll. Let's see. So, more often than not, I do prefer to sip. I do appreciate when the whole thing is dropped and I can binge it and call it done. Especially if the series is like limited and there's like 6 episodes. But it's much easier to keep up with something week to week. And talk about it from a content creation standpoint week to week. Because Visions dropped all 9 last night. I mean, even then we couldn't finish all 9. We got up to 8. But, you know, we can't even talk about the whole thing. Which reminds me, let's just talk about Visions. While you guys kind of commiserate in the chat about this. And we're not going to go into any spoilers. We're just going to give you guys our kind of thoughts on what we've seen so far. And truth be told, this is some of the best Visions we've gotten.
Honestly, banger after banger. And I know, Illy, you said you're not a big anime fan. I would be shocked if a few of these you didn't fall in love with. Like,
here's the thing. You said Illy?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. Like, anime is, like we keep saying, anime is not one thing. Anime is just categorically animated cartoon from Japan. And there can be young boy anime, young girl anime. There can be slice of life anime. There could be murderous anime. There could be gory anime. There could be horror anime. It is, for all intents and purposes, movies and TV shows. It's just animated from Japan. So there's a whole bunch of different genres that is within anime that you can find yourself kind of falling in love with.
and Ailey's enjoyment of the Avatar universe as well as Dragon Prince leads me to believe that there are anime out there that you would indeed enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every time I hear someone say, I'm not an anime fan, it's tantamount to them saying, I'm not a fan of TV shows and movies. Because it's essentially the same umbrella. You know? For me, well, I guess no anime is off the table for me. I will check it out, but I typically watch the shonen adventures, the isekai or the other world. But honestly, Star Wars Visions has given us some of our best visions, some of our best anime of Star Wars. A lot of them you'll find if you guys watch them soon. A lot of them will give you, some of the best stories that you will ever see in the Star Wars sandbox, and you'll walk away from these episodes wanting a continuation from these stories. When we talk about, the Village Bride character F, when we talk about Kara from Ninth Jedi, when we talk about Seven from the Bounty Hunters, a lot of these characters, I'm just like, this is a very healthy starting
point.
Kurane?
Yeah.
This is a very, very healthy starting point for a story to unfold. I need Lop as well to return. Thank you, Nemo. But from what we got with Volume 3, all of these stories can potentially continue. Now, the only one we got was, of course, Ninth Jedi with the to be continued. And we haven't seen Episode 8 or 9, but the Ninth Jedi, Child of Hope, did end with to be continued. So they've at least announced a continuation there. But I want more of 7. I want more of Kurane or Crane. I want more of F. Hell, give me more Ronin. It's like I said, all of them, all of the ones we watched can get a continuation.
Yep, absolutely. I was just trying to log in and then realize that my card information has changed, and so it wasn't gonna let me log in so I can see the titles. But the one with Crane as the main character is the one I want
the Song
Illy
of Four
to watch.
Wings.
Yes, A Song of Four Wings. I want Illy to watch and get back to me and tell me they don't like it.
All right, you heard it here, Ellie. Ellie, who said last, to be fair, I didn't watch Dragon Prince. I side-watched it while playing games, which is what I do. I am a product of my generation. No. You're not going to skirt responsibility, Ellie. You're grown. It's your birthday. You're a year older. You take full accountability. I think that you should watch Song of Four Wings from Star Wars Visions.
Yes.
I disagree with your definition. There's American anime, a French anime. My fave anime is Moune, which is French, and it won the World Anime Awards, biggest award the year it was released. You can think, that. Well, really quick, you can think that, but anime is a Japanese term.
It's a Japanese term, but I think it is one of those things that has the definition being prescriptive rather than descriptive, where it has evolved to include more things.
Yeah, it's that's essentially, culturally that's what it's become. But coming from someone who knows that they have terms for them for these things culturally, that's where I operate from. So I wouldn't call comics on the West manga. And I wouldn't call comics from Korea manga. They are manhwa. Same with Chinese comics. They're donghua. Right? And so, you know, even though culturally we can treat Avatar and Western cartoons in some degree as anime, because Avatar was animated by Studio Mir. But yeah, the term has evolved. But I don't know if you would catch a French animator releasing their cartoon as anime, unless they were specifically making an anime. Do you know what I mean?
I mean that's exactly what I'm saying though. Like I'm not trying to say that all comics would be considered manga. Like it was a very specific thing, and if you are emulating that thing, then that would be what it is. But there are stylistic and storytelling differences, and how you read it and things that kind of make it more common classification. So yeah, like Family Guy wouldn't be an anime.
And that's
right?
that's the distinction that I'm
a cartoon.
That's the distinction I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but my distinction is I have no problem calling Solo Leveling anime, you know, even though it comes from a Korean webtoon, because then the question becomes, well, what if it comes from Korea, but a Japanese team animates it? What if a Japanese team moves to Korea and then they animate it? What if a Chinese guy makes it, sells it to a Korean studio, and then a Japanese studio makes it? What if there are 4 Japanese people on this American team and they make, you know what I mean? The waters get really muddy. So I just say if it's following that style, I have no problem calling it that. You know, I can look at something like the Boondocks and say very clearly that it's not anime, but it's very clearly inspired by it. Same with, I don't consider Avatar: The Last Airbender to be anime, but it definitely has the style of it. But it was aimed more at like an American audience. But
you would call Solo Leveling an anime because it's a Korean webtoon, but it is animated by a Japanese studio.
Okay, my point is, even if the studio wasn't Japanese, if it still looked like it does and sounds like it does, I would call it anime.
Yeah, I've already conceded the point that, like, if you try to release an anime style cartoon, then it would be an anime. But using anime as a catch-all for animated in the context of American anime, French anime, world anime, it has to be part of their.
And I wouldn't do that.
It has to be part of their kind of their visions.
I see what you did there.
It has to be part of their vision.
And which is cool because I mean the French do have a very specific style with their animation, and I love seeing it in Visions Volume 2 with the spy. It was glorious and epic, you know. And you know, if that's what you really like and you emulate that, I believe you can. So my point was that if someone really likes Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm just saying that I feel very strongly that there is an anime out there that you would fall in love with. If you love this, you are capable of loving that. We just have to find the right one. That was my whole point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've conceded thus far that the word anime has culturally broken boundaries in terms of what you can consider an anime. I was just coming from the angle that it is a Japanese term. Like, that's the origin of it. Which is why I made the distinction between manhwa, donghua, and comics. You know. And Illy says manga is read backwards. No, that's everything in Japan. And it's not, I mean, it's not backwards. It's just a different direction. Right? They read their newspapers, their books all from the right because this is how they write top to bottom, right to left. Because of their writing system. I mean, using our more universal kind of utility of the word, Avatar is an anime.
But yeah, so Song of Four Winds is from this recent season of Visions. It's beautifully done. Okay, listen, we got a magical transformation in Star Wars now. And I just think that's fantastic. You know what I mean? I just feel like the world needs more magical girl transformations. My Adventures with Superman got a magical girl anime transformation, and it was great.
I remember when I told you I thought you said magical girl. All right, Phineas. I'm gonna have to take issue with what you just said, because you're not about to say Hayao Miyazaki is not one of the grandfathers of anime, because it's Ghibli style.
I agree with Phineas. I mean, I think for sure he's
wrong.
One of the grandfathers. He's one of for sure he's one of the grandfathers of it. Absolutely. But his style is so unique that it begets its own category.
That doesn't mean it's not an anime. Let me read his entire sentence.
I was saying the part that I was agreeing with. It's not that I don't consider it to be an anime, but I consider it to be such a hyper-specific genre that you almost do it a disservice by calling it that. Because if you just say that word, it conjures up all of this stuff. When by saying it's Ghibli, it's this thing. That's a very specific thing.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, that was my personal opinion. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, anime isn't a style. Anime describes the delivery, the vessel. So Ghibli is the style, is the animation style. It is still an anime. Much like you have, much like you have IG, production IG animation. They have a very specific style. So you wouldn't exclude them from being considered an anime because they have a particular style. Studio Trigger has a very unique marker in their style as well. And I think Nemo says it best. Having a unique style doesn't exclude it from being an anime.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm not saying it does.
So what are you agreeing with Phineas with? What is the statement that you agree with him? You don't consider Ghibli an anime?
No, I'm saying that it deserves its own submarker within the anime genre.
I mean, it already has it. It's called Ghibli.
I know. and I, not being him, could make something similar to his, and then you would say, "Oh, you made that Ghibli style." Right? You would identify it that way, rather than just as anime, because it is a hyper-specific sub-genre of
That's
Anime.
fine, but you're not addressing my contention that it is still anime. You can
I said it was still anime. I feel like that was the very first thing that was addressed. It is a subgenre of anime. It is anime.
So I'm just
It is
I'm just failing to understand what you agree with Phineas with then, because all he said was I don't consider it an anime.
I'm saying I understand why he feels that way, and then explaining that I see it as a subgenre of anime, not as a different thing from anime. But I understand why he makes that distinction.
I'm on the side of Nemo. The premise from the OG commenter is wrong. There's
I agree it's wrong. I understand why he's saying it though.
There's hundreds of different styles of anime. They're all anime.
Yeah.
And you could describe them using a number of different style names, but they're still anime.
Sure. I would argue he's among the most distinct.
What would the style of the style of Simpsons be, or the style of Family Guy be? And would you exclude it from being called an American cartoon?
I would say if someone else started drawing characters like the Simpsons do with yellow skin and their shapes of heads and stuff, I would be like, oh, my thought would be they are making a Simpsons styled show, not they are making an American cartoon, because that would be so broad as to be unnecessary for identification purposes.
It's true, but
Simpsons
you would still
is a hyper specific style, and so if you were to emulate that style, I don't understand why it's a difficult. I don't understand why that's difficult.
No, because
I wouldn't say
it's being convoluted for absolutely no reason. Because
no, it's
you
not
wouldn't
being convoluted. It's being hyper specific.
No, it's convoluted because you wouldn't go to an awards ceremony and say, and the winner for best Simpsons style is. You'd be the award for best animation or best cartoon.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand the relevance. If it was up for cartoon, then yes, it would be in the running for a cartoon. Just like for something animated and related, Jubilee, it gets considered, and it would still be considered.
I guess for conversational purposes, yeah, like South Park style, American Family Guy style.
I will say this. I will say this last thing, and hopefully this makes it very, very clear. All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. If I see a square, I'll say that's a square. I can say that's a rectangle. It is a rectangle. It meets all of the qualifications of a rectangle. But it's more specific if I say that's a square. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it makes sense.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm
not precluding it from being a rectangle.
The only thing I'm saying is
it could win an award for if there was a rectangle award, a square could win it. I'd have no problem.
The only my contention is that it really does, like you said earlier, it muddies the waters for no reason. Like, you can choose to describe it a certain way for hyper specificity. But if you were to say a cartoon, it neither takes away from the show or convolutes it. When you say I like cartoons like Simpsons and Family Guy, it's not a detraction from those shows. Just like you say, I like anime like Nausicaa, Howl's Moving Castle, Attack on Titan. Does that make sense? Illy, we're not fighting. I mean, this is essentially the conversations
This is
we have.
just a geek conversation. No, it sort of makes sense. I mean, if someone's like, I really, really like, I mean, well, just to keep it with the same analogy, I feel like it would muddy the water more if I referred to a square as a rectangle, even though it is. But that's just me.
Yeah, but you're still correct that it is technically a square.
Yeah.
And not all rectangles are squares because you would need it mathematically to square from an equation standpoint. But yeah, we're just being geeks and we're being passionate about it. Essentially, you know, my whole shtick is that cartoons are cartoons, anime is anime, and they have different styles that you can use different words for to describe those styles. I mean, I would even say that, like,
confused if someone pointed at a square and said it was a rectangle, and that's how I took the original comment of looking at this and being like, oh, I don't even consider it a rectangle, I consider it a square. And you're like, no, but all squares are rectangles.
But that's how confusing
That's
the English language is, because the word square comes from the mathematical equation of a squared side. You know, you take one side and you square it, and then you get the four sides. But a rectangle itself is not a mathematical descriptor, because it's just a rectangle is a shape with four sides. But a square is a shape with four sides, but of squared mathematical.
Yeah, you could be a rectangle, you could be a parallelogram, you could be a square, and they could all be the same exact shape because they all meet the same definitions.
For someone who says they understand squares, Element sure is using some circular logic right now. I don't think I'm using circular logic. I'm using spherical logic.
He's playing a 3D ball.
I know sphere, man. At least I just Googled it, and apparently that's something you learn at school in mathematics. I didn't go to school, so that's kind of cool. Actually, weird but cool. Yeah, square is a shape, is the name of a shape, and square is, you know, squaring a number to have equal sides, and that's essentially like the complicated nature of language. Like, is an oblong still a circle?
Oblong is an animated show that was on Adult Swim.
Or
Does
rather,
anyone remember the oblongs? Anyone? Is it just me?
I remember it. I just don't remember it well.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
But that's the next question. Is an oval a circle? Like, what definition are we using for a circle?
An oval would not be a circle.
What is the definition of circle?
Well, actually, I guess colloquially, when we say circle, we're usually meaning a perfect circle.
Right, because circular reasoning presupposes that it just comes back around. So you can have a non-perfect circle, circular logic. We're getting in the weeds.
Or is circ just like a Latin prefix meaning an arc, and a circle would be
deep substrate foliated calcite. What's an oblong? An oblong is a disfigured circle. Now we're getting in the weeds.
Now the difference between an oval and Ovaltine is one of them is a chocolatey beverage.
And one is called Milo in the Philippines.
Although speaking of anime, I am going to watch the first episode of Twisted Wonderland, just because it looks so weird.
I don't know if I can get through it. I watched, like, after watching that trailer, I was like, damn, that's not.
It looks so weird. So if you have Disney Plus, look on it. They have they've have an animated called Twisted Wonderland, and it is It's like an isekai that takes place inside of
Disney.
the
Wonderland.
Disney World. And like the leader of the school is like the Red Prince. It looks super weird. But I'm curious to
It's a shonen.
to check it out.
It's a shonen anime that takes place in the Disney Wonderland of Alice fame.
Yeah.
We're getting in the weeds as if we aren't already neck deep into them. You know, it depends
yeah,
on
no,
your
we're-
outlook.
We're deep in the weeds, but like
It depends on the style of weeds and if they're muddy.
I like to believe I'm in a field of dandelions. So
I like to believe that I wake up murky. But okay, so just to kind of like run down what we've done is essentially we've displayed to you guys how civil discourse works. So is Dragon Prince an anime?
I don't consider it to be one personally.
Who's it? Who is it made by?
It's made by the Avatar people.
Oh, Mir? Studio Mir?
Well, sorry, I would say it's written by those writers.
Oh,
but I
it's-
don't know who produces the show.
This show is a rare exception to my side watching. I rarely play a game at the same time as watching this. I mean that's not a bad thing. It's that I sometimes play games while watching anime as well.
Depends on what the show is, and you know.
I wouldn't call
Okay,
it
here's-
side
here's-
watching though either, because I am paying attention to it.
Yeah. So I do the same thing. What's funny though is there are certain anime that I am so keyed in on that I can't do anything else other than watch it. And so if I'm grinding and I'm doing something unimportant in the game, I'll be like, okay, well, I'll just turn on some random other show
Damn, you
while
said
I'm doing
other.
this thing, and then I will get hooked on that other show, and then now I have to stop and find something else, and it just keeps going.
Oh, Illy said this show, DYAD in the Force. I appreciate you, Illy. You've just won a million diadicals. That's our currency, our fantasy currency. But in related to this discussion, side watching or background watching or white noise watching, which is my main term for it, is how I could never get into One Piece. And it was something that I had to like come to terms with, because like I got to 60, like episode 60 with it as white noise, and I had it, you know, sometimes dubbed, sometimes Japanese, and I wasn't getting into it. And then like, you know, I made a very, very conscious decision to just sit down and watch 100 episodes fully paying attention, and then I got into it, and then the next 1,000 episodes came. So you know, some anime, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
I was interested in Twisted Wonderland, but I want to wait for more episodes to be out. I don't know. I appreciate you, Phineas, but I don't know. I mean, I guess Choco is also interested, but I guess for more nefarious purposes. Or
Well-
sadistic purposes.
No, not sadistic. I want to give it an honest shot, and I think my wife would enjoy it.
But the Queen of
So,
Hearts
you
is
know.
not there. It's the Prince of Red. I just know that there's a guy named Deuce Spade, and I lost it. You know. Okay, so we do have 7 votes for Chug and 5 for Sip. Okay. The what is it called? The stalemate has been broken. Also, how many Japanese animations need to be in a project to be technically a true anime versus outsourced to Korea but with Japanese staff?
And those are the muddy waters I do not wish to get into. I can look at Twisted Wonderland and say I'm going to consider this an anime. I'm not going to look at what the studio is behind it or check the passports of the animators. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay.
So I think that's where it gets like very murky, is when you insert the term true anime. It's kind of like, what's true Star Wars? Is it anything George Lucas touched? Is it anything Lucasfilm licensing touched pre-2012? What is true Star Wars? And I feel like if it comes out of like if we're being technical, if it comes out of a Japanese studio and is distributed through a Japanese publishing, then it would be considered an anime. Just from a purely technical and explicit point of view. So if it is a Korean animation studio, like Studio Mir, but it was published by Aniplex or a Japanese publisher, then it would be an anime. But the thing that we were talking about earlier in terms of cultural like evolution of the utility of the word anime, people are calling Chinese cartoons anime as well. But that's because anime is so synonymous with Asian cartoons.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like it's anime is now like a Kleenex. It's a specific thing, but like people don't, you can call face tissue Kleenex. I'm not gonna be mad at you. Okay.
Nah, I call them puffs. No, Kleenex has that cultural backing behind it, that social backing. You know, I've never heard someone call it a puffs. Even if it was a Puffs tissue, they'd be like, give me a Kleenex. You know what I mean? So they truly won on that branding war.
Hey, remember when Twitter won that branding war and people were just calling things tweets, and then they were like, you know what? Forget that. It's X now. And you're like,
and sometimes you get to the whole, a brand has become a verb as well.
Yeah.
Like, I have no Febreze in my room. It's all a bunch of like generic like fresheners. But whenever I need it, I'm gonna be like, let me Febreze this. It's just, you know, synonymous. Like Photoshop too. Yes, I use Affinity Photo now. I highly recommend it because stop giving your money to Adobe. Like, seriously, you can buy the entire photo platform from Affinity for $80 and call it a day. Best money spent. Including DaVinci Resolve for $190. It's yours.
Yeah, Adobe did really clever stuff to get people invested, and then they flipped the script on us, and now they are the enemy.
I love Resolve, but I need After Effects. No, you don't. You have to learn Fusion. Because that shit is After Effects inside Resolve. Like, most of the stuff that I do in Resolve now is in the Fusion page with the nodes. Like the 3D text and like the camera effects and everything. It's all in Fusion. What's awesome now with Resolve is, a lot of people use CapCut for the captions. That's like baked into Resolve now. So all I got to do is use their AI tools to caption something, and then put in the style of that, and it turns it into that style.
Ellie, I had no idea of that about Vampire Hunter D, which I watched for the first time a year ago, something like that.
Was it Bloodlust though? Yeah, no, it was. It was. But I have all my workflow in Adobe, so it'll take some time to divorce from it. Bro, the best thing you can do...
that's the hardest part, but do it.
The best thing you can do, just like learning a language, is to immerse yourself in it. Like, literally, I uninstalled Premiere, and my entire workflow was in Premiere. And I knew nothing of Resolve. And so I uninstalled Premiere, I put it in Resolve, and then I started editing, and everything that I needed to do that I was familiar with in Premiere, I looked up a YouTube video, and slowly but surely, I gained a workflow in Resolve.
Also, it's the best way to adapt a workflow, because the whole reason that these other programs are starting to fall by the wayside is because there's been so many things added, and so you end up with all these weird and convoluted and bloated workflows because it was built up over time, and a lot of things are just no longer necessary. So yeah, you can just kind of cut all that out and reforge it. But I understand you're working under some very specific deadlines at the moment, so do what you need to do. But make the switch, win the war.
The Ellie has much anime knowledge, even though she no like the anime. I don't know. I read it that way because of the Ellie.
You read it in a much better way than I read it in my head.
The Ellie has much anime knowledge. I don't know where that came from. Or what accent that was.
You call them plasters? What? That's sorry. That's just really funny.
Yeah, Band-Aids is another thing that the brand has become the noun, because they are just bandages. But we call them Band-Aids.
Yes, but using the word plasters it just feels weird.
Yeah.
Just plaster that like you're like it's a house.
Well, what part of I would like to know, because I don't know the technical makeup of a Band-Aid or a bandage. What part of it is plaster? Unless that's just the colloquial term and it doesn't actually mean plaster.
No, I think it's colloquial, like I just said, because it's like a building, like you gash the wall until you get plaster on the thing and go, swipe it.
We Brits call them plasters. Bandage is a different thing entirely. Okay. It's like crisps. Crisps are chips. Fries are...
Master James Kenobi says, we call them Band-Aids in Australia. That's because Australia is cool, Britain.
So okay. Crisps are chips. And fries are chips. Sorry. I mixed the columns up. Crisps are American potato chips. Chips are American fries. Scones are American biscuits, and biscuits are English cookies. Which leads me to, I love Biscoff cookies. Fries are not chips. What are you talking about? I get fish and chips all the time, and they give me fries. I've been to London. I've ordered a fish and chips, and I've gotten fries.
Maybe they were specifically wedges.
I mean, I can call them wedges too.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, but when I went to London and ordered a fish and chips, they gave me fries, as we know them. Some pubs have thin chips, and some pubs have wedges.
Well, there's also a thing where like, because obviously stuff evolves from culture to culture, but sometimes the next culture to get it doesn't know why it evolved this way, and so they make an assumption that it evolved that way, and so like
we're in
there
the
was a
bonus
whole-
now.
there was this whole discussion that was going on TikTok because they kept calling something a chicken burger. And it was a chicken sandwich, but they called it a chicken burger because it was served on a bun. And so apparently anything on a bun is a burger. But like, which you're like, okay, but like, you also have turkey burgers, which are just the patties. If you serve a turkey burger on a regular bread, is it no longer a burger? I don't. It's like you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean. But it goes into like what is a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich now?
Yeah, but like we call it a burger because it comes from the Hamburg steak, which is
Yes.
and then it was a Hamburg steak sandwich, and then it was a hamburger, and then a burger. But like for us, burger means the style of preparation where you grind a type of meat. So a chicken burger is grounded chicken formed into a patty. It's like a turkey burger, grounded chicken formed into a patty. Doesn't matter what bread you serve it on, or if you serve it on bread at all. But yeah, it's a whole thing.
Well, so James Kenobi is saying something that I wanted to allude to, which is like everything is chips here. In America, all of it is fries.
Yeah, fried potato. If it's cut, it's fries. Unless it's tater tots,
and potato
which are
wedge
chodes.
and potato wedges are called home style fries, but it's all fries.
And we can get shoestring fries and
And
waffle
then
fries.
curly fries, it's all fries over here. That's why I said when I was in England and I had gotten fish and chips on the menu, it's called fish and chips. They would be giving me different styles of fries. At least culturally, to me, they're all fries. Some are wedges, some are thick, some are crinkle cut. It all depended on the pub that I was at. But they all called it chips. And in America, we would all call them fries.
Now, so I just saw something that made me sad. I'm sorry, Ellie. I haven't been at my computer much at all since I started a new job. But what was I gonna say? We originally started talking about Visions. We didn't want to spoil it for the people who haven't seen the episodes yet, but I think pretty openly and without spoiling anything, anyone who's watched it, tell us what your favorite episodes were, and we can kind of give an overview, and we can recommend actual episodes to people. Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like all of them were hits. There was just one that I put in as lower.
Yeah,
But
that was
they're all
the.
great.
I get it. It's Yuko's treasure.
Yeah, which was cute. It was very cute.
It's not skewed towards our sensibilities, but it's something that someone's going to enjoy though. We still have the last 2 episodes to watch, but for sure, we have Master James Kenobi saying "Song of the Four Wings." But I've cried watching them all, especially Yuko's treasure. Interesting.
Yuko's treasure was trying to make me cry for sure.
Yeah.
It wanted me to cry.
It was definitely the show that made me go, "Aw," the most. Like I think I audibly said to Choco, "That is the cutest run I've ever seen."
Yeah. No, we had to pause it and rewatch it because it was freaking adorable.
And I guess that was the feeling they were trying to elicit the most.
So I would say every single one that we've seen so far was extremely successful with what it wanted to do. Um, a standout to me though was the bounty hunters. I think I have a new favorite droid. You know?
Eva? Eva 4?
It was like IV
IVA 4 and 7 called him Eva.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mix of 3PO and 000.
Okay, Gage says black was my favorite, very unique. That is the final one, which I have not seen yet, but from the thumbnail, it's giving Uzumaki vibes of just like, listen, man, we're just going, we're throwing hard in the paint. So I am really excited about that one.
Let's see. Studio Trigger doesn't miss the bounty hunters was great. Yeah. And what's funny is before we started watching the bounty hunters, Choco was like, I think Studio Trigger needs to tone it down a notch. And, they did. It was a little bit more of a grounded story.
It was out there, but
there was no X-wing surfing there.
No one chopped a dual Star Destroyer in half. That is. So Ellie asked, are there any episodes of Visions that you would want to make canon or have its own dedicated series or film?
There was one. I mean, there's a lot of them, but for the purposes of brevity, I will say the one specific one that can fit into canon relatively unfazed is what was that one called?
I actually think a couple of them would fit in the canon pretty well.
No, a couple of them, but I want to just single one out to Smuggler. The Smuggler. It was set on Zenerita, and it was about, the smuggler was trying to help a prince escape. And that one for sure is just like another kingdom in the Empire that's being oppressed, and they do a good job of making sure that small little sections of the story and the beats themselves don't step on any toes. Right? So it could fit neatly into canon. Like, you don't have to change any of it. Whereas Ninth Jedi is another one that fits into canon. You just kind of have to retool the lightsaber lore and the functionality. Bounty hunters can fit into canon. There's a lot of them, for sure. But I think the Smuggler is the one, if I were to answer Illy's question specifically.
I'm gonna add or toss this as well to you, Pep. We're looking at all of Visions that we've seen, so 3 seasons minus 2 episodes. You get to make one of them a continuation show, and you get to turn one of them into a feature-length film. What do you got?
I would actually from season 1, I would turn The Apprentice into a show, the one with Tricata, the one with that master, and into a movie. Are we just keeping it the same style and just taking the story and making it into a movie and show, or is it?
Yeah, so I'm thinking of more of like two of them that we want to continue, but this one would fare better as like a show where we get a full season, and in this one we don't need a season, but we want more. We need to turn this into a movie and get
The Elder, yes, sorry, The Elder in season 1. I would like a full show on that. In terms of a movie, I would love Song of Four Wings as an entire movie. And the only reason I don't name Ninth Jedi is because we're already getting it to continue.
We're getting it. Yeah, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not going to name that one either.
Are you talking about The Elder in season 1? That one did seem Acolyte-like too. Exactly.
Okay, so
everybody like this stream.
Yes, please do that. I am going to say I want The Spy Dancer turned into a movie. I think there's a lot more there than what we got, but I think it's less than a show, and we can get some meat on a full length.
Can I do an honorable mention to The Pit as a movie?
No, The Pit is the one that destroyed me. We got to talk to the creators of The Pit, but yeah, that was.
So Spy Dancer is your movie.
Yeah, Spy Dancer is the movie, and then for the show, you know what? For the show, I'm gonna go with the Smuggler, because this liberation is going to be a long and hard road, and they're going to need allies and stuff and tribulations, and yeah, I think that would be great.
Illy says, as a follow-up, what one would you pick to play as a game? The Smuggler.
Yeah.
Droidy Two-Face and the Bounty Hunters needs his own show. I mean, that's why I would play it as a game.
That sounds like a band name. Which, speaking of which, episode 1 from season 1. Wait. Sorry, episode 2, Tatooine Rhapsody. I would love to see that as a show. I do want to see this band travel from place to place, just loving music, and like, I can even see them like becoming an impetus for rebellion, because that's often what music shapes into. Yeah.
I
Oh,
also
just
think
Ronin as a game. Oh my god, especially with the most recent episode.
Yeah. I would actually love in Tatooine Rhapsody if it was a show that like their foil or their wrench. Like I'm thinking of Glass Heart and the other band, but with Tatooine Rhapsody story, the other band is the modal nodes, and they sabotage the main character's band to make it big with the Hutts. They're like, no, we're gonna be the main band. Get your asses out of here. I don't know. Is that how Bith talk? Maybe. We're the modal nodes. How did the modal nodes talk? How does Figrin and Dan talk?
I don't know. There's those little tiny mouths. I picture them being like little mouths, no lips.
Hi, we're Figrin Dan and the modal nodes. Today we're going to be playing to you Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
Also, honorable mention for me, I think La Pinocho would function best as a full-length film.
Yeah. I just want that continuation regardless. Jen's got any connections at Lucasfilm to send your suggestions? We do have connections at Lucasfilm, but their policy, and we know this from a couple of people at Lucasfilm, their policy is that we can't send them stuff.
Yeah. In fact, they would like not be able to do it.
Yes.
Because we said it. It's actually the exact opposite.
Like I have approached an author, like so an author has approached me for ideas, which gave rise to Talboda in the High Republic. But when I approached an author to give an idea, they said we can't, because there's a whole kind of legal thing about, like they can't read fan fiction.
Yeah, they're not allowed to read it. Otherwise, they could incorporate something in it, and then that becomes. They're very strict when it comes to intellectual property.
They can write fan fiction,
which they should be. That's good.
I just need Lop to be canon. Hey, we just saw Jackson in Lego. That's not canon, but I'm sure we can get Lop in there.
Same planet, right? Same species ish.
Let's see here. Then Tenebris reveals himself as the band's lead. God. Also, I'm on YouTube now. What happened to Twitch?
Listen, I made a post about it, but I need this. I really want to see a Wookiee Core band. Wookiee Core would go so hard, dude.
Bro, all I can imagine is like an opening screamo riff where it's like that's all I can imagine.
Those Ithorians can scream too. They can, but like, I'm pretty sure when they scream, it might rearrange my insides or something.
Or we could do like a pre-chorus with Boryaga where he goes, how are you? Trying to speak basic and stuff. Man, let's fully go into the bonus. I think we had a lot of fun last week doing this. We're gonna play the movie game. Now next week I pushed Jeopardy to next week because I forgot Visions was dropping this week, so I was like, nah, like we can't play Jeopardy on a Star Wars drop. So next week is going to be our Jeopardy. We're gonna invite some people to play with us, but of course we're still going to dovetail into our movie game. And what are we gonna play this week, Choco? Is it like the incorporation? Like, is it the 6 Degrees of Separation game, or are we going to play with the chat? How are we doing this?
I thought we would play that me and you are going back and forth, but the chat is actively trying to put movies in, and if the chat puts it in, we can't use it. So they're trying to screw us over.
Okay, but in the interest of fairness, because the chat is operating on a delay, we're going to give ourselves a 10-second grace where we cannot say anything. Right? So we have to give the chat enough time to come in and block us from saying something. So we're just going to play the alphabet game of movie game. We're going to run through the alphabet. We're going to be naming titles. Thes and stuff and particles don't count as the letter. We're going to run through the alphabet. We're going to name movies starting with that letter. And we're going to give chat 10 seconds to start naming off movies that we cannot use for the game.
Hey, Goob, reach out to me on another platform, and I'll see if I can help you out with that.
Shall we begin?
Well, yes, we shall. So remember, chat, you are trying to block us.
Yeah, when we get to a letter, you guys have 10 seconds to start naming movies that we cannot use ourselves. So in order to in order to find out who goes first, we're going to play rock, paper, scissors. And we're going to do our symbol off screen. Because there's going to be a delay. And then we're going to bring it into view. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, shit. Okay, I had paper.
All right.
I'm not closing my eyes. I'm just doing it off screen.
I'm closing my eyes just in case we
You
don't
see
put
it?
them on screen at the same time.
Okay. So it's 1-0 Choco. Rock, paper, scissors says shoot. Alright, 1-1. Rock, paper, scissors says shoot. Oh, damn it. Okay.
I lost, didn't I?
No, I had rock.
Oh! Hey!
Alright, I mean, you could choose to go first, or you can have me go first.
I am going to go first, and I'm going to say...
Wait, you gotta give the chat a chance. So you're starting with A. Alright, we're starting with A, chat. You have 10 seconds to start naming off names of movies starting with the letter A that Choco cannot say.
Ah, damn it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Apollo 13.
Okay. Like I said, we had some Alien, Avatar, Attack of the Clones, Avengers, Airplane, Akira.
Ooh.
We're back to... Okay, we're moving on to B. You guys have 10 seconds to start naming movies. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bulgonina. I don't even know what that is. It sounds like a sandwich that I want to try.
I'm gonna... Jeez. I'm gonna go with the crazy poll I had last week. Balto. Alright, we're on C now. Start naming names, guys. Movies that start with C. I think the lag is more than 10 seconds.
Yeah. I think it's harder to play it like this. Maybe what we did last week would be better. Count of Monte Cristo.
All right. D. I think we're allowed to think of something before the chat starts putting in.
Yeah, they're just supposed to take away our things. It's like a... Yeah.
Wait, that's not a movie.
I was putting, a group said Cocaine Bear for the last one. That was one of the first people that sent me stuff when it came out, and my wife still wears my Cocaine Bear shirt all the time.
I know what I'll do. I won't look at the chat. You will, and I will look at the chat for you.
Okay.
Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, that is not there.
All right. We're going on to E. Wait, A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, E. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness.
I'm watching the chat. Go ahead and name something.
What's it called? The new Pixar movie, Emilio?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the little Italian boy. Emilio.
I mean, you'd have to know it's a movie.
Yes, it's a recent one. Elio. That is
Well,
what I
they
was
already
thinking of.
they listed it before.
So yeah, that's not it. Damn it. Okay. And now everything's going away. It's
Keep going, chat.
every time I die. That's a band. Even tomorrow, never die. No, God, that's two separate James Bond movies.
Were you saying? Are you thinking of World Never Dies?
I'm
Or
mixing
Tomorrow
a
Never
bunch
Dies?
of them. Evil Dead. Evil
Okay.
Dead.
Um,
They kept stealing. They kept stealing my thoughts.
Ailey says, "No, I was correcting him. He can has it. No, because the correction is by way of the
I was
correction,
wrong.
it's being put into the chat, and we can't use anything that's in the chat. All right, we're up to F. So I'll count down. You can watch the chat. 10, 9,
All right,
8.
take him away.
7, 6,
Take away all of his choices.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Hey, that's good. You got it. Okay. Question. Are we also allowed to put things in there to block each other?
You know what? That would be maniacal. Yes.
All right. All right, so we're on G.
G. All right, guys, start taking away G. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Goosebumps.
Nope.
It was taken?
Yes.
Damn it!
I will just say nope if the chat has it.
Gone Girl.
No, that's good. I tried to take
Damn
away
you,
Gridiron
Cal.
Gang. All right, guys. We're on H now, so start taking away my options. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, good one, Phineas.
Gosh, H's. I don't suppose Halloween's taken.
It's not. It should be, but it's not.
Oh, yes.
right, Gage?
Okay,
I thought hope floats before Halloween.
We're on I, team. Let's take away I from Choco. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
So I'm not even gonna open my eyes because I'm imagining it has been taken.
It has not. Oh my gosh. Chat, we're failing. We're failing to block. This is crazy. Okay, we had iRobot, Iron Giant, Ip Man, And I said, I Am Legend.
Damn you, Cal. I was going to say Ip Man the whole time. And Ip Man was the one I thought no one would take. And I was going to say it, and it'd be taken. And I
Interstellar, Infinite, Into Darkness. Okay. J, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumper.
Nope. That's good. That's good. We don't have Jumper.
Nice. Cal, if you want to join the call and play with us, you're more than welcome to. This is our ending segment. So we'll be playing this for the next 20 minutes.
Hayden's best work. It
All
was
right.
Samuel Jackson's blondest work, I was say. That was a choice.
All right. K.
Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A Knight's Tale. It's got to be taken.
It's not. Wow. Okay. Well, I blocked Keeper's Diary, Killer Instinct. They said Kangaroo Jack, Jameson the Giant. Oh wait, no, that was like Jay. Kingsman.
I was
The Killing, Kinky Boots.
What's funny is Kangaroo Jack actually was the first one that popped into my head.
Is it Kinky Boots? Isn't it Puss in Boots?
That might be a different movie.
Killer
I did think of Killer Clowns, yeah, as well. But I honestly, looking back, I feel like Knight's Tale is like
A Knight's Tale.
it might be the greatest film of our generation. Like of the generation, you know. Like I feel like that group of actors were our generation of actors.
Oh yeah. Okay. L, right? L.
Yes. Oh.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lord of the Rings.
Taken.
Shit. Life of Pi?
Ah, that's a good one. You got it. The scary part is like when you're when we're thinking of it, knowing that everyone else is still trying to remove as much. By the way, yeah, you lucked out because Cal put Life of Pi, but after you said it.
Yeah. That's funny. What do we got? Lego Movie, Last Man Standing, Last Tango in Paris, Logan. Oh, Logan's a nice pull. Lord of the Rings, Little Women, Laser Team, Liar Liar, Labyrinth. Oh, Lost in Space. Dang. Okay. To JKL. M. Let's go, gang. M. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, excuse me, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Machinist.
That's not taken. Jeez. We're pulling out of like.
Well, because I have to not only think of what I would say, but like what I wouldn't say.
Yeah. So we have Marksman, Madeline, Mario movie. I said Men in Black first. Masters of the Universe, Martian, Mortal Kombat, Mars Attack.
Men in Black is where my mind went first.
Master of Disguise, Madagascar, Mighty Ducks, Machete. We're not. So Cal, we're not including Particles.
Yeah.
Because it's technically the Lord of the Rings. Not Lord of the Rings.
That would make T the easiest thing of all time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it now?
U. Wait.
N.
No. N.
N? Okay. Jesus.
My mind went to T because of my...
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Oh my goodness.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Great Pool Cow.
Never Ending Story.
That's there. That's fair game.
Woo! Wow, you guys. You gotta think of like the person that's going and what they're going to name. That's why I put Men in Black. Ah, man. Nightmare on Elm Street, Nosferatu, New Guy. Oh, I was thinking of New Jack City as well. No Way Home, Napoleon Dynamite, Nightmare Before Christmas, Nightmare on Elm Street, North by Northwest. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Oh. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Nope. It's there.
Damn it. I mean, I know I said it before, but Operation Dumbo Drop. Did anyone put it?
No, nobody put it. Jeez. Gosh. Well, I mean, points to Phineas for blocking Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? We're on P.
Office Space. Over the Hedge. Thanks, Elite. I got made fun of for that. Oh, yeah, P. All right.
You know what? Just tell me when to go when there's a good number there. Like, because I don't feel like counting down to eat every time.
I'm struggling to think of. You guys are much better than I am.
You got a good number there?
I want to wait for. Okay, now we have a good number.
Wow, what's going on?
I was struggling too.
Punisher.
Damn. No way we didn't get Planetary. Hold on. Nope, it's not there. Oh, you keep getting it. Gage just put.
Hey, man.
You keep lucking out.
It's the luck of the. Oh, I was about to say luck of the peens. To say Philippines. Jeez. Okay, nice.
So I basically waited until there was 10 in there. I was like, that's
Okay.
the 10 countdown.
All right, we're on cue, so I'll let you know. I'll let you know when we have a lot of cues.
Oh, it's cute. Jesus Christ.
All right, we're set.
Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed. I mean, I assume A Quiet Place is already taken.
Yes.
Quarantine.
That's taken.
Quantum of Solace.
Taken. I'm not even contributing anymore. The chat's got it on lock.
The chat's still going?
Mm-hmm.
Quebec. I don't. That's not a movie.
That's not a movie.
Cool.
This might be a successful block.
Cool. I was like, Quiet Things That No One Knows? Nope, that's a song.
Wow. Chat be pulling things, man.
Queen of the Damned?
Oh, wow, you got it. There is a Queen of Versailles, but no Queen of the Damned.
Quick and the Dead.
We had the Quest, Queen Elizabeth, Queen, Quiet Place, Quantum of Solace, Queen of Versailles, Quiet Girl, another Quantum of Solace, Quick and the Dead, Quicksilver. I put Quantum Mania. And then Quatermass.
My brain was getting hot.
R.
I was like straight up just like inventing movies. I'm like, what are cue words? What would it sound good with? No, that's a song.
All right, let me know when you guys got a good amount of R's.
All right, okay.
I have a feeling my first guess is going to be taken, but I would be surprised if you guys missed it.
Okay, I think that is that's a good amount.
Ratatouille.
I put it in.
I know. That was my first one. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And that was not taken.
Woo!
I like how people put, they're like, Rashomon. That's where he's going.
Resident
we do talk
Alien?
about it a lot.
Isn't that a TV show? The Ring. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Resident Evil. Nice. You put Ratatouille.
But I know
would
what I
just
was
be.
spelling.
It would just be spelled. Ratatouille. Okay. S.
Is for the way you sing.
Let's go, chat. S. All right, we got a good amount.
Sideways.
Bro, come on. That's not there. Sheesh.
Scream, Shang-Chi. 7, good one. Saturday Night Fever. 7 Days in Hell. Serendipity. I did think of Serendipity. And Shawshank as well, but I assumed you would put Shawshank first.
Bonus points
And-
for obscurity. At least I was like, what the hell is Sideways? All right.
Is that an obscure poll? I don't know.
T. Surely you guys aren't gonna get the one that I'm thinking of. Are we okay?
Okay, we're looking good.
I mean, I said it earlier. Tomorrow never dies.
No, we do not have that. I gave you that one. That's how you...
Terminator, Train Spotting, The Thing, Tremors, This Is the End, 13 Ghosts, Tomorrow When the War Began, Taken. Nice. All right, you got you ahead of you. Let's go, chat. You.
I knew I shouldn't have gone first.
All right.
Are we... the Untouchables.
Nope.
The Unforgiven.
Nope. Chat's showing out, man.
Up.
Nope.
Chat, why do you hate me in particular? Unbreakable.
Nope. Wow.
Hold on. Oh, but I can't think out loud, otherwise you'll steal it before I get to it. Up in the air.
We don't have Up in the Air. Is that an? Is that an?
It's Tom Hanks.
Oh. Okay, team. We got him. Gage blocked him 3 times. We had. I said Unbreakable first.
Bastard.
There's Until Dawn, Up, Underworld, Unforgiven, Undercover Brother, Undecided, Untouchables, Under Capricorn, Usurper, Unicorn.
How do you guys have so many movies?
Because they're not.
So
on the
I
spot, man.
knew Undercover Brother was going to be taken because I said that before, and I made too big of a point last time to watch
Usual
it.
Suspects is a great poll. Okay, V.
Usual Sus- yeah. Okay. Oh.
For some reason, all I can think of is Violet Evergarden, but it's. And I know there's going to be one particular one that has been said immediately. And if you guys miss this, I'm going to laugh at you. You guys got enough?
Yeah, I think we're good.
So, did you guys miss V for Vendetta?
Of course not.
Vertigo?
I believe that was mentioned. Yep, Vertical. Phidias, gotcha.
VHS.
That was not mentioned.
Let's go.
So that's how you can get us is the recent polls, right? Because that was a recent movie, right?
No.
That's with the
There's a couple of VHSs. I think the original one was like 2018. But I got another one before, before Cal. Thank you guys for the likes on the TikTok side. Red right hand.
shout out to Vanilla Sky.
Ooh. You don't need to refresh, man. You just got to come up with it sooner. I'm giving everyone a healthy amount of
That's what I thought you were
time.
doing. Kal-El, no.
Okay. W. Let's go chat W. Okay.
Who killed Roger Rabbit?
Wow. Nope. Base model got it. On TikTok. Wow. Nice.
I hate you, base model.
And it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, not.
Just that's good point. I was like, that feels a little harsh, but like
You're giving them so
listen.
many. You're giving them so much time. They are taking everything.
I mean, Whiplash.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, you told me to watch it.
Yeah. No one got it. We got so much for W. We got Wild Wild West, Wrong Turn, War of the Worlds, Where the Wild Things Are, War for the Planet of the Apes, Willy Wonka, War and Peace, Willow, Wire, West Side Story, When Harry Met Sally, Wizard of Oz, Wayne's World, Warriors, Who Framed Roger Rabbit by Base Model and Illy, War Game, Wolf of Wall Street. Jeez. I'm on X.
Well, I'm so glad, because I was like, my brain was Wild Wild West, Where the Wild Things Are, Willow, War and Peace, and Wizard of Oz, and I was like, no, those are taken. Keep going. All right, X.
Bro, I'm on the hardest letter. I know somebody's gonna type X-Files. Oh my Jesus. Guys, don't take too much.
Listen, now you can know how I feel.
Do we have enough? How much time are you giving?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. I was looking. These are hard for even us to come up with.
Are we accepting subtitles? Because obviously, if I say X-Men, there's a bunch of them that I can name.
Chat, do we accept them? Subtitles?
Because you guys have a lot of time to list all of them.
All right. Yes. Yeah. What we accept subtitles.
Okay. So X-Men's taken.
Correct.
First Class.
Taken.
The Last Stand.
Taken.
Days of Future
Great
Past.
pool, Phineas. Taken.
Dark Phoenix.
Taken.
Apocalypse.
Taken.
Triple X.
Taken.
State of the Union. It's Triple X. State of the Union.
Not taken. Well, yeah, you can have it.
Jesus Christ. I knew Cal would be the one that just lists all of the X-Men.
No, I was intentionally stalling, hoping that someone would.
Oh my gosh. I was lucky there's 2 Triple X's. I was counting on subtitles, because if you took away subtitles, literally everything goes out of the window. All right.
That's
well,
what I was like, what do you think, chat? Yeah, you think it? Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Why? We're on why, guys.
All right. Why is not easy either? How are we looking?
We only have a couple.
Okay.
All right, we can go.
I am gonna pull out an old gem. You the Man, starring Amanda Bynes.
What the hell? No, that's not there. Okay, so we have year one, you, Yellowbeard, Yellowstone, Yellow Submarine, Yojimbo, Yesterday, Young Frankenstein.
Okay, so I had Young Frankenstein on deck.
Wait a minute, base model says she's the man. Guys, keep going. Keep going.
Oh!
Keep going.
Yes Man, Jim Carrey.
Fucking A. Do we give it to him?
That was my number 3 pick, anyways. Yes Man with him and Zoe Deschanel.
I'm going to ask the chat if we give it to him because I literally typed that when you were saying it.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that. So,
No. I think Cal said to give it to you.
okay, because the only other one I had on deck was Young Frankenstein. By mistake.
I was about to let you slide with that. You the man. What the hell?
I thought that was a movie, but
All right, to Google we go. Is it? Wait, you the man?
It is She's the Man. Now that I think of it, that's right.
There is a 2008 short called "You the Man."
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Z. All right, let me know. Let me know when you guys have everything because I'm like seriously. You know what? There's a couple.
There's just a whole thing I think of like being on the spot because I'm having such an easy time thinking of Z's.
Well, I'm so whenever it's my turn, I always try to pull from the attic because the first thing I think of is for sure something that. Well, no, I've named a couple that.
You're good.
I said this last week. Zathura.
Zathura is taken.
Zoolander.
Zoolander is taken.
Zombieland.
Zombieland is taken. Why did I say it like Zombieland?
Zombieland. Zodiac.
Zodiac is taken.
Fucking A. Zootopia.
Zootopia is taken.
Zoinks. Zephyr is next. Is it? Zero Dark 30?
Taken.
Fucking. Are they still going?
I think they ran out. I haven't seen any more in a minute. I'm trying to think of more and I can't.
Fucking A. Zach and Miri make a porno.
Taken.
Jesus! Alright, I'm gonna have to make an absolute Japanese pull. Zatoichi.
That is not taken.
Goodness gracious, guys.
And I was actually about to take the upcoming Zega Pain movie.
Dang. Yeah, somebody Zombalance.
Zombie.
Wow, you guys got Zootopia 2 as well? Bro, Zack and Miri was one of the first? That's crazy. Zoom. That's an app.
Hey, it turns out it is a movie. And it's really good. So that reply has the energy to me of, my name is Anakin and I'm a person.
All right, let's do one more round, but we're gonna run through this like we did last time, including everything that's been said. So we're not waiting for a delay, but we are keeping a record of everything you guys have said from A to Z. And you know, if you guys want to keep us honest about it, and you remember it's been said before, let us know. But we're going to run through our alphabet right now. I'll go first this time. A Walk to Remember.
I was not Breaking Dawn. I don't. That's not this. Bad Boys for Life.
Chat, was Bad Boys taken? I don't remember it being taken.
It's hard to say because I haven't been looking. I guess since we've swapped, we have been looking at them for others, so that might get easier. But
Well, I could always zoom up, scroll up.
no, there's a limit for me at least.
Dang. Well, okay. Did we skip 8? No, I said A Walk to Remember. So Bad Boys for Life is yours.
Wouldn't a Walk to Remember be W?
Listen. The particle is a take it or not thing, I think. Because it's part of the title.
What do you think?
It's called A Walk to Remember. It's not called Walk to Remember.
That's true.
It's not you know. Bad Boys for Life. I've actually seen that one. My first in the franchise I saw. It works as a standalone quite well. Nice. C. Carrie, was that said before?
I can't scroll up that high. I don't remember it being said though.
All right, D. This is where we're gonna make some esoteric pulls.
Dude, where's my car? I don't recall that.
I don't recall that either. You know what? Okay, let's switch things up. Let's for the next 6 minutes until 7:50, we're going to play your game.
Okay.
So you start. And for the chat, he's naming a movie, and I have to find another movie that has a connection to it by the actor or the cast.
Actor or a word in the title.
Or the word, yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
American History X. Viggo Mortensen.
Okay. The Italian Job. Sorry, Edward Norton. That was easy.
Please explain the rules. So you just name a movie, and then you name another movie with the word from that movie in it, or the same actors. So Italian Job.
Okay, so are we going back and forth, or is chat the character? One of the characters.
No, we're going back and forth. We only have another 4 minutes, and then we're going to wrap things up. Italian Job to The Incredible Hulk. You guys can play along, but we're just like wrapping things up.
Armageddon.
Die Hard.
Sixth Sense.
Fast 10.
Fast 10.
Bruce Willis.
I forgot he was in there. Jesus.
He replaced was it Kirk Douglas? Not Kirk Douglas.
Yeah,
He replaced Russell. Kurt Russell.
Unbreakable.
The Phantom Menace.
The Phantom of the Opera.
Zero. Oh no! He's. Wait, no, that's a different person.
I mean, Gerard Butler played the Phantom.
No, but it's the other dude that's with Christine or Chris. Yeah, the guy in the
Patrick
blue.
Wilson?
Yeah, Patrick Wilson. I was trying to think of. That gave it to me. Aquaman.
Justice League.
Conan the Barbarian. Momoa's worst movie. He's done.
I don't know any other movies with I guess I could say Conan, but like that feels like the Arnold version, but that feels cheap. But I'm gonna do it, Conan.
Predator.
Creed.
By way of?
Sorry. Rocky.
Rambo.
The Expendables.
Delta Force. Chuck Norris. Carl was technically, but we're not doing flashbacks. They were flashbacks of the Rocky movies, not.
Yeah, that's a tough one because it is a flashback of a different movie, but it's still in the movie. Does he get credited?
Well, we're on Delta Force. Oh no, time's up.
Yeah, no, time was up.
All right,
Anyways,
gang.
I'll take the loss there.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and thank you guys so much for participating in the gameplays, including the TikTok side. Thank you guys so much for all the likes. Shout out to Base Model for Yoink, She's the Man, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Zathura. Jimmy says, Happy Halloween, guys. Thank you, Jimmy, and thank you for liking the stream.
And yes, it was my game. Doesn't mean I'm good at it. All right, leave me alone.
But we will be back. We will be back next week with Jeopardy and people to play Jeopardy. And we'll play this game again because we love playing games with you guys. It's like one big, our Fridays is a giant family game night. So I hope you guys had fun as well. So hundreds in the chat.
Hey, also, please watch Visions. More Visions before the next episode as well. Illy, your homework is the Four Wings.
Song of Four Wings. Watch Visions, like the stream, and be sure to catch our reactions to each episode because we are dropping reactions to each of the episodes of Star Wars Visions. Watch Visions and then come back to this channel to watch our reactions to each episode. But thank you guys so much for rocking with us this long and hanging out. What did we learn today, Choco?
We learned about the Zombieland.
Zombielands. And in the words of the T-800, why do you cry? We'll see you guys next week.
We did learn Ellie's B-Day.